Hey guys, I'm Brian. Recently one of my students came up to me and asked, Brian, does the plane fly any better when you clean those bugs off the leading edge of the wing? Do you notice any improvement in performance, handling, or speed? When I say students, I teach a course for the FAA to help them spot the difference between sarcasm and breaking actual regulations.
You should check it out. It's a good course.
All right, so we're here at the airplane, and first off, the most important thing, everything that you see here is the truth, and it's all backed up by science. And so what I'm saying is you don't have to go look this stuff up to find out if it's right on Google. My degree is in computer science, which makes me what? That's right, a scientist. So from a scientist to you, I'm going to give you the scientific information to explain exactly what's going on here. Let me show you what we're talking about. So if you're a pilot, you've probably learned about the different types of drag on an airplane. There's induced drag, there's form drag, there's friction drag. And today I want to talk about the most critical type of drag. If you take a look at these airplanes out here, you'll see a lot of them on the leading edge have all of these brown spots and these different markings. What these are is actually bugs. These are like mosquitoes and fleas and ticks and what have you. And that's why this is called parasite drag. Parasite drag is the most critical form of drag because it's the one that illustrates to other pilots you don't take pride in keeping your airplane clean. We can't have that. But there's two other things to think about, and that's speed and performance. So the answer to the question is absolutely yes. Does this stuff on the leading edge and all over the plane impact the airplane's performance? Yes, it does. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 3 flights today. I'm going to do 1 flight with the plane as is. The plane is filthy right now. It's covered in bugs. It's gross. It's got all kinds of drag. I'm going to do a flight, and we're going to take some measurements. And then I'm going to do another flight where the plane is completely clean, and we're going to take those measurements again and see what the difference is in performance with a clean plane versus a dirty plane. Remember, this is all true. It's science. One more thing I want to do, and this might be a little bit different. If you're a pilot like myself who flies a plane like this Piper Comanche, you're probably aware that most low-wing planes only have one door, and that one door is on the passenger side. So what tends to happen when I'm going to take somebody flying and I want the plane to be clean, I just clean the right side of the plane. They're going to climb up over this right wing, they're going to open this right door, and they're sitting on the right side looking out the right side of the plane. As far as they're concerned, the left half of the plane doesn't even exist. So I'm going to do a 3rd flight where I'm going to have one half of the plane clean and the other half of the plane completely filthy. So we got 1 flight where the plane's clean, 1 where it's dirty, 1 where it's half clean and half dirty, and I think you're going to be surprised when you see the difference in how the plane flies in these different scenarios. So what do you say we hop in the plane and get this science experiment started? Scientist.
All right, so we're in the plane. This is going to be the first test. The plane is filthy. I can barely see out the windshield. This shouldn't even be legal. Both wings are dirty, plane's dirty, and we're going to take it off, and we're going to get some stats while we're flying. We're also going to track our flight on FlightAware throughout all 3 of these flights to kind of show you some of the other effects that happen when you're flying a dirty plane. So let's runway's clear. Let's go.
All right, let's pause here for just a second. I know that there are those of you that look at my videos like the back of a highlights magazine and like to point out your findings in the comments. Right here, I was fighting COVID, and I felt like making a video, but I didn't feel like I was in flying condition. Here, you can see God's reinstalled the highlights to remind me that I'm way too old to be doing this. And yes, that's a cell phone hanging there from the ceiling. You know that thing where you need to charge your phone, but the only available USB-C charger is the one for your GoPro, so you hang it from the charger in your airplane ceiling? Yeah, that's what I was doing there. And so that's what's going on here. And also, well, we are going to talk about my new sexy interior in a video later, but right now we got science to do, guys. Science.
All right, landing gear's coming up. All right, so right now I'm flying along in my dirty airplane, and as you can see on the fuelometer, I'm not getting a very good fuel burn. That's because the plane is draggy because of all the parasites making parasite drag. So I know I'm not going as fast as I want to go. Right now I'm doing about 110 knots because the plane is so dirty.
All right, so let's stop the video here real quick. If we look at the scientific data, you can see with a filthy plane, I'm burning, gosh, 27, 28 gallons per hour, which is a lot of fuel burn. And I'm telling you what, I'm leaned out and I'm still getting a really crappy fuel burn. I didn't film it, but my speed was terrible. I did take a picture of the airspeed indicator. So this is a photo that I took that shows, you can see how slow I'm going. This is Fahrenheit, these are Celsius. So you can see I'm barely doing over 100 and I've got a terrible fuel burn. So it's really inefficient to fly this way. So now let's go back. We're gonna clean 1/2 of the plane. We're gonna redo the flight and we're gonna look at the scientific data again.
right, now we're on flight number 2 with our dirty wing and our clean wing. And right away I can tell you the clean wing is cutting through the air a lot easier. And that's easy for me to tell because I'm drifting to the left and I barely have enough rudder to correct and get me back to the right. And so we're actually flying sideways with the dirty wing and the clean wing. There's nothing we can really do about it. I got a little bit of rudder in there, but as you can see, the ball is way, way, way over to the right. This is no way to fly. It's not very fun. I feel uncomfortable. The plane's going sideways through the air. So right there, I'm telling you, it's probably better to clean both wings.
All right, I want to stop the video again. So after the second flight, when we look at the data, you can see I got a much better fuel burn. I'm doing just a little over, maybe 10, almost 11 gallons per hour, which is fantastic. This is the Comanche 250, goes fast, burns a lot of fuel, so way more efficient. And I keep forgetting to film the speedometer, the airspeed indicator, but I took another photo of it, and you can see on this one, I'm going a whole lot faster. So I'm moving faster, and you're like, Brian, that's great. You're going faster, you're burning less fuel. But if you look at my track in FlightAware, it's really hard to get anywhere because you just keep flying in these left circles. It's really, really difficult. So let's go back to the video. The next one, I've cleaned both sides of the plane, so we've got a very slick airplane, and I think you're going to be impressed with what I'm about to show you.
All right, now I'm in a plane with 2 clean wings, and this is a speed you can be proud of. I am hauling. I am moving straight through the air. I'm burning almost no fuel. Take a look at the fuelometer again here. You can see that I'm burning practically nothing. It shows I'm going 160 over here, but if I do a quick calculation in my head at true airspeed at 200 feet and minus 6,000 foot, we're doing close to 300 knots in a plane that was not designed to go that fast. They always intended you to have some kind of bugs on the wings and some sort of additional drag. And I've just eliminated that by keeping the plane clean. So is it worth keeping your plane? Absolutely, it is.
All right, so last time we're going to stop and we're going to look at the scientific data again. You can see on this flight, I've got the clean plane, and I'm burning almost no fuel. Like a lot of people talk about their fuel burn. I don't think you realize how low your fuel burn can go. Clean your plane. And you'd think as many cameras as I have, I'd filmed the speedometer, but once again, I completely forgot. So I did remember to take a photo of it, but here's the thing you're going to see. I was going so fast, it's very blurry. Because it was going so fast that my hands were shaking and then the needle was moving real quick, and so I didn't get a good shot. When your plane's clean, there's no way to get a really good shot of all the instrumentation just because it's all going so fast. So in conclusion, you asked me the question: does a clean plane fly better, faster? You get improved performance? Yeah, I just proved it. I used science to prove to you that parasite drag is the #1 most crippling drag on an airfoil or airframe. And so if you clean your plane, I think you're going to see many, many times improvement in performance. So no one needs to study or do math or look this up or learn. It's proven. It's proven. I told you at the beginning. What I tell you? That's right. I'm a scientist. This is science. This is what science looks like, guys. So yeah. So go out there, clean your planes, and enjoy your fuel savings and your speed. It's going to be a great thing. So thank you guys for coming to me with your complicated questions about aviation, because this is the solution for information, the correct information, the scientific information, when you want to know the real answers to complicated questions about aviation. So thank you again for coming here. Thanks to all the Patreons who know how valuable the lessons that I provide are and have chosen to support the channel. It means a lot to me. And those of you who share the videos because you know the value of a channel such as this one, giving you scientific answers to your aviation questions. So thank you guys very much for supporting the channel. You guys fly smart. I'll catch you in the next one.
Click this link to see the most recent video upload. Click this link to see a video that YouTube thinks you might like. Click this link to subscribe to my channel.